bring in Bryan Cranston, great actor, filmmaker, Malcolm in the Middle, Breaking Bad, Broadway. He's done it all. Whose jersey are you retiring? Actor and actress.
Wow. I actually, Daniel Day-Lewis is a good call, but when he went off, I thought he was going to become peach cobbler. Like down, that would be something tasty.
He's good enough actor to actually become peach cobbler.
You could actually taste his work.
Have you met Daniel Day-Lewis?
I did. I met him. We met standing next to each other in the bathroom at the urinals.
Okay.
Which is an interesting place to meet someone because you don't want to make eye contact. You're not going to shake hands. You just kind of give each other a look and then wait until your business is done and then get out there and then you talk outside.
What event were you at?
It was the AFI Awards where they award the 10 best television shows and the 10 best movies on any given year. And he was there for Phantom Thread, the last film that he was doing. That phenomenal actor and a sweet guy, a very, very sweet guy who stays in character his entire run of the shoot. So when he was doing Lincoln, all the other actors would say, "Good morning, Mr. President. How are you, Mr. President?" "Good morning, Mr." And he would stay in character all the time. And I thought, that's interesting. So he stays in character as a character that was, 165 years ago or whatever. But so he's at the craft service tables and, "Mr. President, your bagel just popped up from the toaster. It looks ready."
Could you have stayed in character with either Hal with Malcolm in the Middle or Walter White Breaking Bad?
No. No.
Why?
Because it's too much energy. You need, just like, you got to take your breaks, and so do actors. I mean, if you try to sustain a level of energy all the way through, I'd be exhausted after the first 3 hours, and you wouldn't be able to perform then. You got to have the breaks.
Well, I would think with Breaking Bad, it was so serious, and there's a lot of bad things that happen. Whereas on Malcolm in the Middle, you've got to be a kid the entire time. Right?
Yeah, but it still takes a tremendous amount of energy. Yeah, I mean, it's not like sitting behind a microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's you use up mental energy.
Yes, I do.
You got to burn the oil that way.
Have you ever seen me in any of the movies that I've been in? Films?
You were in Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah. Quite a few of them.
Yeah.
20 of them.
You have a very easy touch. You have you do. You ease into those roles and it feels natural. And that's the hardest thing to do, by the way. You're doing something that is unnatural because there's cameras around, there's people around, you're saying specific things and they say, "Go, do it right now." And you have to do it over and over and over again. And you have to seem as natural as possible. And you do quite a good job.
Well, they called me Daniel Day Patrick when I was on set with Sandler, just to let you know. But I haven't done like a nude scene or a sex scene. You've been involved in those.
Yeah.
How much more acting is it when, let's say it's a serious scene where somebody dies as opposed to you're having a sex scene?
Well, it's then more emotional, isn't it? If you're doing something where you're finding the depths of pain or anguish, that's tremendously exhausting because again, you're doing it over and over again. Now, when I do Broadway, it's even harder when you're on stage because if a play is well written, in every single part of that play, you have some kind of emotional content to it. So instead of one day, I have an emotional day on a movie, when you do a play, it's every day. You're every single day. You've got to muster up that energy to go through that gauntlet.
Have you met Meryl Streep?
Oh yeah,
And
yeah. But she's. You know what I gotta say, in the 45 years that I've been working, there's probably it's probably 3 or 4 people I really would not want to work with again. So I really love the people I work with, and the people I've met. You know, Daniel Day-Lewis was sweet and unassuming and kind and rather shy. Um, Meryl is fun loving and she's got a bright spirit about her. I mean, it's just crazy. There's a lot of people that I cherish working with and look forward to again.
My youngest daughter says that I remind her of Steve Martin in
Mm-hmm.
how I look.
Yeah, there's a Steve Martin
Thank you.
essence to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, there is. That's not the first time you've heard it, is it?
No. I had an Uber driver saying that he was surprised that I took an Uber and I go, "Who do you think I am?" And he goes, "Are you playing me?" And I go, "No." And he goes, "You're in that Murder in the Building thing." And I go, "Oh, I'm not Steve Martin." He goes, "Okay, sure, sure you
Yeah,
aren't," or something like that. I go,
yeah,
"Nope, I'm not him." But he didn't believe me.
yeah.
Yeah. By the way, we were going to have Bryan on because things are a little tough in Hollywood, and he's picking up a side gig as a bartender and got hired by Drake. And you were the a guest bartender at a surprise party for the legendary musician entertainer Drake. How did that come about?
Well, a friend of ours, a restaurateur named Dave Grutman, who owns a bunch of restaurants down in throughout the country, he said, "Are you guys available Monday?" And we really weren't. We had to cancel a couple things around. We said, "Why?" He says, "Because at one of my restaurants, we're going to have we're going to have Drake and his whole party. It's a very intimate party, and it would be fun if you guys came over and bartended and made Dos Hombres mezcal cocktails, and for Drake and his friends." And it's like, yeah, I think we got to do that. I think we got to do that. So we kind of shifted things around. We flew into Miami. This was just last Monday, and it was a fun night. It was a fun night. We're making Negronis and old fashions, mezcal, and it was fun to see him. And what a sweet guy. Talk about a different persona on stage as off. And I always look for that, and I always respect and admire when I see someone who is able to allow themselves to be seen in a calm, not performance mode kind of way. And Drake was just really a cool dude, really fun.
How was the house?
Well, it wasn't. I mean, how many people, or do you mean that the venue itself?
Venue.
Well,
Venue.
it was a restaurant.
Oh, okay.
It was one of the Dave Grutman's restaurants, and they're just at open, beautiful.
Who were the
And
other celebrities there?
oh God, I knew you were going to ask me that. I was busy working. Someone's got to just get their heads down and put the ice in the well.
So you did not know the other people there, is what you're saying?
No, I'm not. I'm not good at that. We're about the same age, and it's like I knew Drake, and I know some of his songs, And one of the we were singing, it's like one of the lyrics of the song goes like, I live for the nights I won't remember with the people that I won't forget."
Hmm.
It's like it's cool, and so it was a lot of fun. We danced. There was a lot good food, and it was just and really chilled because it wasn't overcrowded. It was very private. It was just his invited guests.
But he knew who
And
you were. Like when he
oh
first
yeah,
saw. Okay.
yeah, he's a big Breaking Bad fan, so it was and he didn't know we were coming. So we were behind the bar serving drinks, and someone guided him up to the bar, and we just said, what can I get you, sir? And he went, oh!
But you're there with Aaron Paul, who was Jesse Pinkman. So you two travel. I hear you guys are cleaning Snoop Dogg's pool this weekend too. So you guys can be hired out, which is pretty awesome. When are you getting back to work, by the way?
Yeah, we're hoping. We're very happy that the studios have agreed to sit down with us again to talk with our negotiating committee, and they're doing a terrific job. It's very difficult. The conversation is not easy to have. It's been over 100 days now, but we need to maintain that strength and unity, because what we're trying to accomplish is a living wage for the working actor. And as of right now, that is not happening because of the streaming platforms have diminished an actor's ability to make a living.
Yeah.
It really has. There were revenue streams that were available to an actor before, and you needed all of them collectively to be able to just make a living. And that has all dwindled away. So we have to get it back to secure an actor's ability to make a fine and decent living.
Great to talk to you as always. And hopefully this gets settled here soon. And
we're hoping.
Yeah. And good luck with the mezcal.
Thanks, DP.
Thank you, buddy. That's Bryan Cranston, actor, filmmaker, Breaking Bad, Malcolm in the Middle, and has a Dos Hombres mezcal that he sent to us. Very tasty.